Good morning, student. Today's chapter, that is chapter number 4, sorting materials into groups. Already you have discussed certain topic regarding the properties of materials and some other regarding arrangement of group of some materials according to their, depending upon their properties. We are grouping some materials. Already you discussed various kinds of properties of materials. Now we will discuss regarding transparency. Transparency means, for understanding purpose, this you have in a small time you have played hide and seek. So you will hide in a wall which is not visible by your friends. You will not hide behind a glass wall because your friends can easily see you. So what is the difference between transparency and which is visible and invisible? If you take a paper or book, from book, through that book you can see other side? No, you cannot see other side, because those materials through which we cannot see other side is known as what? Opaque. Is known as opaque. Those materials are known as opaque materials. But if you take a glass, through glass you can see other side. It can be clearly visible other side through glass. Those materials are called transparency. Transparency means we can see through that material other end of the side. We can say other object. We can see. So these materials are called transparency. So for example, if you take, what are the example of this transparency? Means if you take a water is an example. Water, glass, air, these are some of the example of transparency, transparent materials, we can say. So through water you can see what is inside the water. If you take in a glass of water and keep a needle inside that water, you can see the needle. It can be visible. So water is a transparency. Glass also. Air, similarly air is present in our surrounding. So we can see each object through air only. So these are the example of transparency. The opposite of this water, glass and transparency, that is through the object through which we cannot see other side clearly, is known as what? Opaque material. Opaque will not allow the rays to. How we can see the object? How we are able to see the object? By the reflection of light. By the reflection of light. You will study in our classes how we are able to see an object. You are able to see an object because of reflection of light. If you stand in front of a mirror, you are able to see your face because the light which is falling on the mirror and reflecting back on you. In back of the mirror there is that mirror is coated with silver lining, because the silver will reflect the light. So if it is not coated with a silver or any aluminum metal back of the mirror, then the light can pass through the mirror so that we can see other side of the object, other side of the mirror. So that is known as transparency. But mirror is different. In different case, it is reflecting back. So if reflecting mirror, we can say. So transparency, opaque, you wonder what is the opaque materials? Any object, you can say book, you can say metal rod, metal foil, you can say. These are opaque material through which we cannot see any material. That is known as opaque material. So do you find that we can group all materials and object which without any confusion, either opaque or transparency? Easily we can group them, which are transparency, which are opaque. We can collect all the materials which are transparency and opaque according to the based on their properties. We can separate them and group them. So take a sheet of paper, and what happen? You apply you put some oil in it. What happen? After some time you will find this oil is spread across this sheet. And what happen? You take this sheet and try to look through this sheet to other side. You will find images or object not clearly but in blur position, in blur form. You will find in blur form. Blur image you will get. But this type of materials which we cannot see clearly, but it is visible. For example, if you take your hand, take a torch. In the torch, you put your hand on the torch and just switch on the torch. What happens? You will find red appears. It appears like red color on your hand. What happened? These are the light is completely, it is not passing through the hand, but you will observe some changes, some color changes. So in you will find such kind of materials through which you cannot see clearly, but you will find a blur image. If you take a tissue paper also, if you try to look through the tissue paper, you will find some blur image. So such kind of materials are known as translucent material. Such type of materials are known as translucent material. That is known as translucent materials. Translucent material, the material through which object can be seen but not clearly. The material through which object can be seen, the object or things can be seen through that material, not clearly. Those materials are known as what? Translucent material. For example, if you take, there are like various examples, like tissue paper, we can say. And various paper. So various materials are there which through which you cannot see clearly clear image. So from this chapter we have learned different properties. According to their properties, depending upon on their properties, we can group those materials for our convenience. In home, if you keep all the items mixed up, then you will get confused where I kept some items. So for your convenience, for your confusion, you will not keep here and there. So for your convenience, you can keep in a order wise. So similarly, in that way, our materials and things in our day-to-day life, we also make an arrangement, making a grouping according to their properties. Got it now? Therefore, there is, so in this chapter we have learned various grouping of various materials. So exercise questions are there. In that exercise questions, so here some keywords will be there. Just write this definition of this keyword, that is hard, insoluble, luster, metals, opaque, rough, soluble, translucent, transparent. All these definitions are available in book itself. So you can find out and you can just write these keywords before writing the exercise. Exercise PDF I will upload in the school app. Got it now? So this chapter is completed. Next, your portion of this chapter syllabus is for exam purpose, that is chapter number 2, 3, 4, and workbook question answer I will just upload. Got it now? So you have to thorough with these chapters for exam. Thank you.